struggle. I know you came to hustle, grit your teeth and clench your knuckles. We didn't come to fight, we came to get you. Rolling with me till we die, that's how homies ride. No need for consternation, gather the congregation. I'm rocking for my nation, to get that spirit raising. To all my cousins and my cliques, family and folks, we gotta ride out till we break up all them hundreds folks. Each day's another change, my homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. Each day's another change, my homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. I'm with my homies, yeah. 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 Never knew chill till I met with beef. Never knew war till I met with peace. Never knew ties till I came to rest. Got a couple real homies and they all the best. Never knew cause it's hard to watch. Seen a couple of my homies die upon the block with a and the vultures fly and I watch for my life to stop. Hard to see in the cold night when it's cold at night and my soul in ice. Gotta be when I'm holding tight and I hold the lights. Get a poltergeist, but real homies never turn they back. My homies listen all these tracks. My homies all rapping Mac. We rolling out like Cadillac. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange cause this world's getting.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1 and in the season series.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
Yeah, and two mid-tier teams trying to get a leg up in the conference, guys. We'll see what happens.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Hill is out there with Turner. Then it's Ellis. Then it's George Hill. And it's George in the 3 slot. The shot by Turner, no good.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Kicks it out to Ellis. The 3, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from 3-point range.
Left side, Bosch. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And the shot is good.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Whiteside is screen on Hill. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Hill passes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. Poked away. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ellis. Nice D from Dang. Miami trailing. Wade on the wing. Wide open look. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Hill against Dragic. Hill dishes to Turner. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Green. Back to Bosch. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game. You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Stoudemire kicks to Bosch. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Stolen by Winslow. And here we go. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Just 4 seconds left in the first. On its way from Stuckey for 2. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Heat out front.
Give it up for your Heat dancers.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Heat.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
So the Heat, their last game, a win against the Washington Wizards. Winslow is out there with Dang. Then it's Stoudemire. Then it's Green. And it's Chalmers in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And it's Green with the jam.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
Chalmers best to Stoudemire. Back to Chalmers. Stoudemire the screen. Chalmers dishes to Stoudemire.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
A beautiful reverse layup. Stoudemire's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Different look for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Windsor. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Gerald Green. Indiana also making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Paul George comes in for Allen. And George Hill's subbed in for Hill. Whiteside a screen. Wade drives in. And now it's a double-digit lead. Wade's got 8 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Dang with it. He's picked up by Hill. Dang kicks to Stoudemire. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. Here's Dang. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good. You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Takes a three. Pacers trail by 17. Here's Stuckey. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
And it's sent back by Hill.